And you're live, Judge.
Cool, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hope we're all doing well. Happy Tuesday. We are officially here. Welcome to Off the Bat on the brand new channel of the Sports and the Screen Lounge. I've got some amazing guests to get the first show up and running for the cricket show. So I'm going to introduce you to them first, and then we'll quickly go in to tell you what the channel's all about. So we making their debut. I think it's their first podcast. Ross, how you doing, mate?
Not too bad, mate. Not too bad yourself.
Yeah, good. I'm looking forward to chatting about some cricket.
Yes, it is my debut. You are correct on that one, pal.
Yeah, so nice. Great to have you on the podcast. And then obviously we've got Tariq as well, legend. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Finally glad there's a podcast about the greatest sport on earth, even though my teams are rubbish.
I don't think Lancashire are that bad, mate.
You should see the table.
Yeah, I wish if I could, I would, right?
Yeah, good point. It's one bottom.
No, cool. Good to have you here. Then obviously making his debut as well. James, how you doing, mate?
Yeah, doing great, thank you. Thanks for the opportunity to be on here.
No problem. For those who don't know, James plays cricket, VI cricket with myself for Surrey, so it's great to have him on here. And then obviously we do have Laura, who's been a superstar as always, producing the show and reading any comments that we have. So thank you for that.
The voice of God.
Yeah, I didn't know God was Scottish, but there's
Or female.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I forgot about that one. So yeah, yeah. So basically, we'll start off with about the channel. Obviously, it's called the Sports and the Screen Lounge. For those who don't know, obviously, Liam has got his own channel with a Cannon Presents. So this is under that big umbrella of we want to do more sports and talk about all different sports, because I know we all love football, but some of us support different teams. But generally, I wanted to do a cricket show, so because I think it's probably one, or if not the best sport in the world. So that's why we're going to do a cricket show. So obviously, anyone who's watching, please say hello in the chat or drop any comments about cricket. Please hit that subscribe button. Obviously, we are new, so that would really help. Let's get started. I'll obviously start with you, Tariq. Obviously, we've got the Test series, England versus Pakistan. You wasn't very confident going into it, was you, before the first Test?
No, to be honest, the team, they've been a bit hit and miss for God knows how long. I don't think they've won an away series up until they beat the West Indies a couple of months ago. They hadn't won a series for decades. So they're good at home with spinning wickets and so on. But take them away from there and Zimbabwe, and they've been shocking. And there's all internal turmoils going there, a lot of nepotism. So it's like you get players who've hardly ever played, newbies, people like fast bowlers who can bowl about 80 miles an hour max. And in England, I sort of had a feeling they'll struggle with a bit of windy conditions and so on, and not take advantage of it.
Yeah, no, very. It's quite weird, really, because you think when you look at someone who's bowling 80 miles per hour, there's a fast bowler, and then you say that someone like Jofra Archer, or Ollie Stone, how fast they can bowl. It's quite a difference, isn't it?
We've been used to our fast bowlers always been like proper fast bowlers, Waqar, Shoaib, Amir, and so on. You sort of find and Shahini as well. They're what we class as fast bowlers, someone who can crush toes and see wickets flying out the ground, not bowlers who are looking for an edge, and that's the only way they can get wickets, or LBW.
Yeah. No. Coming to you, Ross. Obviously, going into the first Test, obviously it was all changed for England. Obviously, with Ben Stokes retiring, and then Brendan McCullum kind of being told to step aside, I think is the PR word, but I think we all know what that was.
I think it's a way of saying you're done, mate.
Yeah, basically. What was your thoughts going into the game? Because obviously there was a couple of players making their debut and returning, to like Jordan Cox was batting at 3 because of Bethel being out, and then we had Dan Lawrence and Ollie Robinson back. Was you happy with that lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit sceptical regarding Cox and Lawrence, given the
Yeah.
fact that obviously both of them had been out of the test fold for a while anyway. Then the last time I think I saw Lawrence bat was in the T20s, I think a while ago, and they batted him way out of position. They batted him up at the top. It's like, well, hang on, he normally bats 5, 6 in the middle order for his county, and if you look at his franchise record, he's batting in again middle order, coming in at 5 or 6. So we're thinking, well, hang on, if that's his natural position, why are you batting him up at the top? Obviously, it didn't work. So then they obviously cast him aside, and then looked at someone else, and now they've gone, oh, hang on a minute, our middle order's not working. Let's put him in, and that obviously, as we saw in that first test, he got himself a nice little 50. I think if he continues to get picked in that position, obviously now post Stokes, and if he's given the time, I think he'll be fine. We've got obviously as for Cox, again, last time I said I'm not too much of him in the test series. So mostly in the one-day format and shorter formats. So again, not batted at I think 3 for a few years, I think. And then they put him in obviously because of Bethel being injured. But I think he did all right, and he actually took his chance, I think. So again, there's another thing that when Bethel was fit, selectors would have a little bit of a headache here because what would you do with them?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think the thing with the middle order looks like you got Dan Lawrence and probably Ollie Pope that are battling them 2 positions.
Yeah, he's another one that could potentially come back in.
Yeah, but I think you need to obviously Ben Stokes was a big, like we all know how great Ben Stokes was as an all rounder. So I think you have to kind of look at it in that sort of point of view as well. With Dan Lawrence, he can bowl decent spin.
Yeah,
that probably is what puts him ahead of Pope.
I think we saw a little bit. Of that in the first test, I think, as well.
Yeah. So, coming to you, James. Obviously, like we were saying, we've seen Joe Root take over from Ben Stokes. Obviously, Root done it before, but do you think he was probably the only one realistically that could take over? Because obviously, with Harry Brook, there was a lot of drama, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was an awful lot of drama, but I think Root was the best one because obviously he's got quite a bit of experience behind him. So it's nice to see him being the captain again for a test match.
Yeah. I agree with that because I've been Tariq, obviously just coming to you quickly about the England captaincy. Realistically, do you think Root was probably the only option because of what happened with Harry Brook in New Zealand? And I know some people spoke about Ben Duckett, but I don't ever think that was a realistic option.
No, I think with Harry Brook, he's a bit of a hothead, and you never know what's going to happen. It's good for one day captaincy. It's smash wallop sort of cricket, like baseball. It'd be good for that. But as a captain, I don't think he's mature enough. He's not ready, and they sort of thought that the whole team would be playing that same. It won't be baseball style, but it'd be sort of roundabout there, where it'd be like, right, don't worry about it. We'll keep slogging. So getting Root in there, someone who is respected and someone who's going to play every game, because Harry Brook's going to he's going to get into trouble here or there. So then they'll probably have to drop him a game the game after. But Root, he's actually Mr. Dependable. He's actually the best player, and people respect him. And that's what you need with going from a new captain, because Stephen Fleming's doing it for a while, interim, and then a new coach is coming in, so it'd be like, let's get someone in who can steady the ship. We still play our nice attacking style cricket with Duckett at the top, but then you've got Root who can say, right, everyone follow my sort of lead, and that'll work for the time being. It won't be a long-term thing, but just while you sort of steady and get from, is it 7th in the World Test rankings, trying to get up to 3 or 4?
That's
I think.
Yeah. Craig told you to smile.
Nowhere near that top sort of like Test Championship matches.
No, definitely not.
No.
I think
It's
this is really, currently where we are now is reminding me of when Nas took over many years ago, when they were literally rock bottom of the world rankings and were sort of like a laughing stock. And I think if we'd have carried on with McCallum, I think we would have carried on sliding down and become a laughing stock again.
cool. Laura, have we got any comments? 'Cause I think there is some. I'll stop with a couple.
We do. Obviously, Liam's in on the Canon Presents
Hey,
YouTube.
mate.
He says, "Evening, everyone. History being made." He's obviously talking about the launch of the brand new channel. So, yeah. My brilliant hubby is in. He said, "Evening, all. No idea how the sport rules work, but popped in to possibly learn."
I think some of these football rules he knows are a bit weird. So
Yeah, if he's still a Rangers supporter by the end of the year, then he's no chance of learning how
Exactly.
cricket goes. Nighty's in. He says, "Evening, you beautiful." I'm not going to swear. It's before 9
Beautiful
o'clock,
people.
but you can guess what he says. And obviously, he says, "Tell Tyreek to smile," which
I've not eaten yet.
he's already
so
smiling.
that's fine.
So
you ain't got much to smile about watching
Exactly.
cricket at the minute.
Sam Wilson's in. He says, "Evening, all.
Sam.
Don't know much about cricket, but I'm here." So that's two you pulled in, lads. Like, well done.
Thank you. Nor does Rob Key, Sam. So, but that's a conversation for another day.
Yes, I have 90,
90s.
finally.
I was going to reiterate what he said there. Ross finally managed to get an evening off from the kitchen. I don't know if you're much of a cooker there, Ross, but and
yeah.
he's also said that Tariq's ball knowledge is fire.
Thanks.
That's why we got Tariq Khan. We needed someone who knew cricket quite well. So, plus I've always learned never argue with the umpire. So
Yeah, because the finger will come up.
that's another show, Tariq.
I don't. They don't argue with me though.
Yeah. Oh, mate. Right, let's carry on. Ross, I'm going to come to you, obviously. We'll go into the first test. And what a start it was. Tariq ain't going to like this bit, but what a start it was. Ollie Robinson. I want to get your views on Ollie Robinson, Ross, because I've always rated him so much, but injuries have always been his downfall, wasn't it? And probably a bit of an attitude issue as well. But when he's on form, he's kind of unstoppable, isn't he?
Yeah, he's another one. Obviously, he's a hot. I rate him as well. Another one that's come through. After likes obviously Anderson, Broad. Obviously, everyone was asking questions. What do we do after those two? But him and I think Gus Atkinson. They were looking at those two to bring through. With also I think Josh Tongue as well. But as you said rightly, Robinson. I wouldn't say his attitude. Maybe a little bit ill discipline or lack of discipline, perhaps, or.
Yeah.
But injuries, yeah, you're right, have hampered him. But as we saw in that first test, when he's on form and Song literally getting in line and length right, he was literally pretty much unplayable. He's another one, again, if he can stay fit, is one that I think we could potentially have, not massively in the long term, but definitely at least 5-6 years maybe.
I think if we was to win the Ashes and he was fit and firing, I think he would be a main part of that. If you know what I mean.
Potentially sounds with Atkinson, probably taking that possibly pace attack. Again, if I was to stay fit, you're probably looking at Archer, Robinson, Tongue, Atkinson as your pace bowlers, and they've got to find a spinner.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah. I'm sure it's not exactly to say the least.
Yeah, and obviously coming to you, James. Obviously, we saw Ollie Robinson start really strong, but also Josh Tongue. It's really important to have like a good partnership, isn't it, between your two kind of opening bowlers. But with Josh Tongue, he kind of confuses batsmen, don't he? Like he's more likely to get an LBW than the pace. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I agree. Like you said, opening bowlers need to be on the same page, and Josh Tongue, he can change his bowling constantly, so you're always guessing when you're a batsman. And he got 5 wickets in 9.1 overs, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And he's world class. One of the best bowlers we've got, I'll say.
Yeah, I agree. And then Tariq, we'll talk about your favourite subject, Pakistan cricket. Obviously, it wasn't a great start. You said if they got 100 that we were rubbish.
Actually, it was 125. I said if Pakistan's got
125.
125, then.
Okay, right.
But I as soon as when he come down the first ball, I was like, oh my god, I want to turn off. It's just like I was so close to switching off the TV, and I was like, why are you playing it with your pad? Sort of play it like put your bat forward and just defend the first ball. If it's going wide, leave it. If it's coming into you, just straight back down, defend it, get that first ball out the way, and then you sort of like can get into it. But it was like they were scared. And to be honest, Robinson didn't do much with that ball. It was just like from his angle, just swinging in, and he just sort of like I don't know what he did. He's like, let's play it with pad rather than with bat. But I think because he's young, it's probably one of them ones where you think it was expected. You could get a first baller, or you could get 10, 15 runs, which is fair enough. The worst one was the second one with Shan Masood, who actually has played at Yorkshire.
Yeah.
He's
overseas though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's been overseas. Yeah. He was shocking. I don't know what he was doing.
Do you think that comes from coach, Tariq, or do you think that's just brainless cricket from them? Because they should be using their heads more, shouldn't they?
Brainless cricket, 100% brainless cricket, because they're good players, but they just don't have the what's the word? You know, where like you've got to dig in, you apply yourself to trying to get 50 or 100. Think I'm going to stay in and bat. They've not got that. Like England have got that. You've got your batters like Emilio Gay, Root, maybe Brooks. Sometimes they can stick in and think, right, we're gonna bat. We enjoy batting. Our guys are scared of batting. But I think that's more to do with Babar Azam having so much of the strike over the past 2-3 years and playing Zimbabwe where just the top two batters just bat through. So everyone else hasn't really got a proper bat.
Was he injured, Babar Azam?
He did. In the warm-up game, he got hit on the finger after the first 5 balls or something. But we think he chickened out. He realised the pitches are going to be a bit bouncy. So he's like, I can't play. I've got a boo-boo. But don't get me started because it's before 9 o'clock and I'll be swearing so much about him.
We'll probably do a show like at 10 o'clock one night and it'll be Tariq Uncensored.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks for that, mate. Ross, obviously going into we spoke about how Robinson and Tan took 5 each. We're going into our batting. I want to get your opinions on Emilio Gay. I think there's some fans who are not that sure yet, but also there's some that are thinking like we gave Zach Crawley quite a long time. What's your point on Emilio Gay? Do you think he's good enough to be a consistent England opener for the Test?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, from what I've seen of him, obviously previous lots, I think he ended up with a couple of 50s, I think, in a previous series or series before. And then I think got himself out with, I think, just poor footwork and a little bit of poor technique. And that was picked up even on the commentary when they're giving out some of the wickets. Apparently they've got himself some sort of S shape where he'd bring, rather than a lack of footwork. But yeah, from what I've seen of him, I think he could be. And if we gave, God knows how many chances we gave Zach Crawley. So I also think if we're going to do that with Zach Crawley, who could score runs, but he just didn't do it for England, give him the fair shot. He deserves a fair crack of the whip. Because, we gave Crawley, 6, 7, 8 tests with it, or maybe more?
Yeah, quite a few more, I think.
And obviously, not Crawley. But also, I also think we should have done it with some of the same when with Rory Burns at the top as well. We only gave him, about 4 or 5 tests. I went, actually, now see you later, you've not cut the mustard. But maybe it might take more than 4 or 5 tests to go, actually, shit, it's a bit of a step up here. But Gay, he seems all right. He's got a good track record at Durham, so that speaks for itself. And he's so from what I've seen, again, he's translated that to the Test game.
Yeah,
and he's only young as well. He's not old. He's what, mid-20s?
Yeah, he's not old at all. I think obviously if you've got to give him time to see how he does, and Because for me, the only other one, it all depends what way they want to go with playing cricket for England. Because if they want a specific test opener, then Dominic Sidley's the only one really.
No chance.
Because-
Yeah.
Okay.
But they won't bring him back. Like, do you know what I mean? I just can't ever see them bringing in someone like that. I just think it's always going to be too attack-minded. Because Emilio Gay, when he plays, is attack-minded. I
Yeah.
can't think of enough. Like they wanted to try James Rue from Somerset as an opener. That has not worked at all. Like not.
He's a 7 batter, so no point
Yeah.
putting him at the top.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But
So
they tried that Lawrence and it didn't work, did it?
no,
Then they got rid of him.
I think they're quite limited with actual proper openers. Like off the top of my head, I can't really think of one that. Like you said, Ross, the jump from playing county cricket is a lot as well.
But it's also down to the ECB and their setup and how they treat the red ball game, but which I've said
Well,
before.
Yeah, we'll
UK.
we'll definitely be doing a show on that. So I've got a lot to say about that. Then, obviously, James, coming to you. Obviously, we put some runs on the board, like Jordan Cox hit 73 on his Test debut. I think he looked quite good, didn't he? And then, obviously, he got that start, and he probably would have been a bit frustrated that he didn't go on to try and hit 100. But what was your thoughts on? He hit 73.
I think it's amazing for his debut, and like the openers fell a little bit short, I thought, and then for the Cox and Root and all that sort of lot to come in the mid order and settle it all down and give us a very good score. I think it's amazing. Like you said, he might be a bit upset if they got out a little bit short of the 100, but yeah, I think it's an amazing start for him, and looking forward to seeing the next test.
Yeah. Craig has asked what our fondest cricket memories are. I'll come to that afterwards. Mine was hitting my 50 on Sunday, Craig. There you go. And I did play the Brian Lara game actually because I could see. And I could
That
see.
was a decent game back in the day, that was, to be fair.
Yeah, I could see enough to play it then. So yeah, I did play it. Craig said he don't know what we're talking about either, so that's nothing new. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, so Tariq, obviously, we spoke about him a bit earlier, but Dan Lawrence, obviously, he was tried and tested in other positions, but now he's in the middle order. Do you think that's probably Dan Lawrence's best way into that England team? Kind of plan as that sort of an all-round, like batting all-rounder because of the spin?
Yeah, I think it suits him better because by the time he's coming in, you've got the very old ball, so he's not got his zipping past him at like 80, 90 miles an hour, and he's got to think about it. Well, at least when he's coming on, ball's bit sort of easy to hit, easy to see, and the field is sort of like they're spread out, so he can sort of like nurdle it here or there because he's not going to be like Duckett and Gay and so on who are getting a run of ball scoring. So somewhere where he getting involved and he can actually score. Like I think did he score 50 or something? I can't remember. Was it
55, I think.
55,
so it's like that when he's got the spinner on or he's got the third or fourth bowler on. He's not got the main one, so he can just nurdle it about. And before you've realised, he's got like 30, 40 and he's getting to his 50. So it's like, get that point. It fits him better than if he's coming in at 2 or 3 because he's a walking wicket at that point. And then you bring your Root in and you're struggling. I mean, like, if he'd have come in at 2 down, he would have been coming in at 40 rather than coming in at like 180 odd, whatever it was. So you've got no pressure when you're coming out at that point because you can. If I get out, then fair enough. If I can score good, we're going to have a healthy lead, which helped him. So middle order, 6 or 7 might be good for him. But he's bowling as well.
I think when he bats, obviously, for his county, I think he bats him for 5 or 6 anyway. So when he came in that first test order, that's natural to him. What he did. Like you said, it's natural. Right, that's my natural position. I can relax. When we're 100 or so, play my game. I haven't got to stress and try and score to build a lead.
And you've got your own position, haven't you? You sort of, if you're a middle order batsman, that's what you've been playing since you were virtually a kid when you started playing. You were middle order. and you're used to that, just carry on playing as that, and you feel more at ease rather than if you're just put in at number 3 because you feel like the kid at school who's picked last, and you're like,
Yeah.
let's just chuck him anywhere. No one wants to be. No, it's like being at Silly Point. No one wants to be at Silly Point, but
No.
Or short
but no,
legs.
this is, yeah, exactly.
Stick him under the AC.
But with Dan Lawrence, I agree with that because obviously when he was at Essex, he was middle order, and then obviously he made that move to Surrey, and then he went middle order. I've never understood it why when some of these players get picked, like you'll have someone who bats at say 6 or like 7, and then there's like, oh no, we'll just open them. Like why? They've never opened in their life. It's like a footballer playing someone who's in goal and put him up front. Like why? It's just weird. Unless you're Calafiori, but that's but yeah, and then Ross, I want to talk. The one person I do want to talk to you about, and it's a conversation that a lot of England fans have had, is Jamie Smith. What do you think he's going forward? Is he the test wicket keeper that we need, or do you think? Because personally, I think there's better ones out there, but I think they go with Jamie Smith because of his with his batting and the attack-minded mentality, isn't it? But do you think he's good enough for that?
He comes in number 7, doesn't he? So,
Yeah.
So right. I think I saw it in the early on, but he comes in. Obviously, he did himself a few runs. Could have got more, but he certainly shot and got himself out. But again, I haven't seen much of him or other to see. I think his glove work, he needs to improve on that a little bit. But I think in the past few Test series, they have picked him, and I think they're backing him. So you could potentially see Jamie Smith more often going forward. Obviously, the Ashes previously, he had an absolute nightmare, and that's why I was a little bit. Who else was there? But the ECB have obviously backed him. So you'll probably see him going forward more. But I'm not sure because I don't see a lot of red cricket TV televised, obviously. So I'm not sure who there would be after say they decide to drop Smith. Who there would be as in the next cab off the
I
rank.
personally think Ben Folkes is a lot better wicket keeper.
Does he play for Surrey?
Yeah.
That's why.
But yeah, I just think as a wicket keeper, he's better. He's not as good as a batsman, but wicket keeper wise, I think he's better than Jamie Smith. But
Jamie Smith's not bad.
I think Jamie Smith's good. I think he's really good, like in one-day cricket. Tariq, I'll quickly come to you before I move on to James. Do you think Jamie Smith is the sort of, because it looks like they're trying to put him in that Matthew Pryor role, but I don't think he's at that level.
No, he's not. He's not a better keeper, and I think what they want to do is pack the batting out. So if a couple of them fail, you've got someone there who can score like 25 to 30, 40 in the number 7 position. Now, if you went for Ben Folkes will get you 10 runs. But I think they've gone that way around. I think what you should have is your top 6, your batters, and then have a specialist keeper because I agree. Smith had a bit of a stinker, like I said, the Ashes. He dropped so many catches, and that's what you need. It's like because in big matches like Pakistan Test series is a big one. It's like what I called in the group chat the El Shitiko, and it's like because we're both all rubbish. So if he was like the Ashes, you're playing India, and the bigger clubs, you saw South Africa, you're going to get one chance to get a batter out. Like if you've, like for example, India, they've got like Jaiswal at the top who's scoring hundreds in about 20 balls. You get that one chance. One chance, that's it. It's going to come. It might come just off the bat, just down the leg side. And if he's dropped it, you're not going to get another chance. No, you need a proper keeper who's going to get everything. Now, if they score 25, 30, bonus. But the main thing is catches, be that confident at the background, and it then helps your bowlers because they know that if they're going to bowl and wherever it goes, your keeper's going to catch it. So they can get faster, try different things, in swing, out swing, slower balls. Your keeper's going to be there. But
I just look at that Blundell from New Zealand, wasn't it? Look at when they played in the England series. Look how well he was standing up to the wicket, England couldn't deal with that. I
No.
think they're trying to get Jamie Smith to do that, but I don't
It's
think
not
he
like that.
can.
No.
And I think that's my thing. Like I think like what you say, and then even you look at Australia, like they have, is it Alex Kerry, don't they? Like as their
Yeah.
Yeah.
specialist keeper. Like most of the top teams have specialist keepers
Kerry
where
can also bat a little bit as well. When I'm
yeah. But
That's
this
the
is
thing.
what I mean. So with Jamie Smith, I think if he's playing in 1 days, then absolutely, because we've seen him destroy teams. But I don't know. I'm
He
not.
does it enough in short format cricket as well, as with the 100. Maybe not
Yeah,
necessarily
but-
this season, but previous season he showed like he opens up the batting for. I think might have been London Spirit. He was there last time. And literally,
Yeah, but-
you saw he was putting teams to the sword with the batting skills. I'm like, so why
Yeah.
can't you do that when you play for England?
yeah. The
But
jury's out for me with Smith at the moment. But then again, I don't know who. I'd have to look to see who's actually wicket keeping that don't play for Surrey. Because I think they've got about 8 wicket keepers.
The whole
So,
team's full of wicket keepers.
Yeah, so I think they once played a team that had like 9 wicket keepers. Like, and even one of the bowlers said that he could wicket keep as well. So it's like- but yeah, then obviously James coming to you, we obviously put quite a big lead onto the boards going into the second innings against Pakistan, and then there was a couple of like moments where the Pakistan batsmen started to stick around a bit. I think was it Shafiq? Have I got that right? I think he might have been the top scorer, but ultimately I think the bowling again was still good. But the person I want to talk about is Gus Atkinson. Obviously he was doing well, and then he had that really bad moment when he got in trouble breaking curfews again. Like not like England players to do that.
Definitely.
So James, obviously,
thanks.
yeah. And so James, coming to you about Gus Atkinson, do you think that he's obviously put that behind him now, and he's got to just focus on the future? And I thought he bowled okay.
Yeah, I think he's put that past behind him. I don't know what's going on with England right now with all these things going on in the background. But his bowling was amazing. Was it 8 overs, 4 maidens, which is world class. That's amazing to have him back.
Cool. Cool. Well, what I want to do, obviously, because of the time as well. So obviously, I think we kind of covered that test, but obviously we're going to talk about the news that's come out about Bryden Cast. It's funny how his name rhymes with another word, what he's been behaving like. So, Tariq, obviously, it's not the first time we've seen this with the England players. Like, obviously, he's mugged Joe Root off, hasn't he, massively, with obviously Root saying, like, I don't want to have these protocols or curfews. We need to be responsible on the pitch and off the pitch. And then he goes and does that. What's your kind of thoughts on it? Like just generally, I just think Brian Cast has been an absolute numpty and an idiot.
Yeah, I think what it is, it's more to do with the culture as well. Because with cricket, it's like you go play cricket, and then it's at the end of the day's play, it's go get pints or whatnot, or go out. So they've got that in the culture. But I just think that because Stokes was a bit sort of, and Baz were lenient and said, "You guys do what you want."
Yeah.
And then if they had the curfew, but it's like you do what you want, and they become a bit sort of like, right, let's go get drunk. And if you're out in a nightclub or whatever, and you're a sports person, naturally people are going to gravitate towards you, whether they're fans of you or whether they're fans of different clubs who don't like you. It's like football. It's like football. If you see a Tottenham player in a club, you're going to start slagging him off. So you know he's going to get abuse. You just like listen. You just sort of like go the other way or whatnot. But I think it's like 1980s like rugby and football thing when it's like we just won't get drunk, go out, start a fight, and so on. But nowadays, why would you do that? Because you're elite athletes and you want to be playing for your country now. What are they doing? Especially after the dilemma that Stokes and all the other ones have had when they've got arrested or had fights. Surely you'd be like, right, there's no curfew now, so even if we're going out, let's behave like adults, not like 10-year-olds.
I do agree with it. For me, I think why this has annoyed me more with Bryden Cars is because it's only been a matter of days, a couple of weeks, where Joe Root has mentioned it. So sure, we all know that these conversations would have happened with every England member of that squad, and then he's gone out because Durham have beat Derbyshire or whatever, knowing that in 2 or 3 days he's got to come back up with the squad for the Test match, and then we're seeing stuff him being pulled out of a nightclub in handcuffs. Like that don't normally happen if you've only had 1 or 2, in my opinion.
No.
I just surely if people have said to him, "Oh yeah, come out for a few drinks and all that." And what's annoyed me more, there was if you actually look in the photo, Ben Stokes and Matty Potts are in the background.
Standard. It's a Durham thing. Whenever there's an issue going on, it's always Durham. No other county gets involved. Durham players. I know what it is for them.
So do you know what I mean? And where is the mentality? Ross, I'll come to you. Obviously, it's bright, like we were talking about with the Pakistan players with their shots, like we say, brainless cricket. But this is just brainless, just generally. Everyone will want to dig out Rob Key. I'm not a big fan of him, but it's not his fault if these players are going into pubs and bars and getting drunk or doing whatever and being involved in fisticuffs, is it?
No, I think from Key's perspective, I think it's one of the reasons why he put a curfew in place in the first place. Because for many years, there's been a culture, as T said, you go out, you get sloshed. Even when I was playing rugby in my day, especially we were playing away in long games where we were staying over, we'd go out, right, take your gear, go and get smashed. And literally, but our other team was right, you'll be in an numpty, get yourself home. But the adults, they're also, but it's just stupid. By all means, I'm not saying be a monk as a professional sportsman, but yeah, go and let off some steam, but use your loaf.
Yeah.
You know, have a few, be savvy, because as T said, you're going to be under the microscope, whether you've got fans of your club or not. You're also going to be there's press. Oh, the Durham boys, they've got professional. They've got Stokes, Parks, Carswell. Oh, right, let's go see if we get some pictures. Lo and behold, pictures all over the press of cars leaning up against a pillar in cuffs, and you're behind the pillar. You got Stokes poking his head around, finding it amusing, and Matty Potts as well. It's like.
And even if you go back, mate, you look at Ben Duckett, he was absolutely hammered when he out in Australia. You got Harry Brook getting punched by a bouncer.
New Zealand. You had the Fredolo incident in the Caribbean on the eve of a World Cup.
Yeah,
he was captain as well.
And then you had the Joe Root and David Warner incident. I'm not saying that was Root's fault, but what I'm saying is this: everyone who goes on about it, there's probably Warner. I don't like Warner, so
no one does.
No, Australians don't even like Warner sometimes, but what I'm trying to say is about the England situation. If this has been going on for nearly over a decade, maybe it seems to be happening more now. But I think Brooks hit the nail on the head in the.
I think football has been massive issues. So I think I remember rightly many years ago, Euro '96 involving Gaz and a few others. Obviously, the infamous dentist chair. He's all over the press.
I think Brooks hit it now on the head in the group. The only way it's going to stop, they've got to be punished severely, massively.
Well, yeah, you probably see him drop now. I think it's possibly the next one.
5-year ban. Not by the thing, but by ECB should say, right, this is our sort of way putting the this is our sort of thing. We say you're the scapegoat, or the person that they're gonna be the example of when no one will do it again. Otherwise, you ruin your career.
It's gonna carry on again. If they don't, you just carry on and on. They go, all right, sorry, blah blah, I apologise, this that and the other. All right,
Well,
he'll
the thing
have a
is that
chance.
now they'll just be like, oh well, we'll get dropped for a couple of matches, and we'll be back down the line. It don't.
No
It
precedence.
doesn't. Like Craig has said, if you're a sportsman or sportswoman, you know that younger people are going to be looking up to you. So they can't allow this to keep happening. Like Joe Root was quite honest about it in his conference, I thought.
He was pissed off.
Yeah, he was.
yeah.
But I don't
You can
blame
tell.
him. Like he's been proper mugged off by it, and so
Well, he lifted the curfew in the first place.
yeah.
It's like, we don't need the curfew, it's silly, blah, 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 blah. And literally about, this has happened. As usual, in the press conference, what we're talking about, the incident, rather than the cricket in the upcoming test.
Yeah, obviously get your view on it, James. Like we play cricket ourselves, but that ain't happened to us yet. So I'll say yeah, but but they need to use their central heads, don't they? Like people, if you're part of that England squad, you shouldn't be behaving in that way, should you? Like if you've got a test match in 3 days, you shouldn't be getting escorted out of a bar in handcuffs, should you?
No, definitely not. It's it's common sense. And days coming up to the games, they should be more focusing on their fitness and their game. Really, not drinking and being stupid, getting arrested and whatnot. They need a complete culture shock. England need to know completely different. And
Yeah. Do you think that could obviously? Do you think that could be led by obviously Joe Root being in charge now? Do you think that was more because of Stokes and McCullum nearly letting everything slide? Because that's basically what they were doing, wasn't they?
I think it's from Stokes and that. You can't blame Root at all, really. Yeah,
No.
Stokes. It's been deep in the culture for, like you guys said, many, many years, and it's need to change it completely.
Cool. Thanks for that, mate. Tariq, obviously, final point on it. Do you think that the ECB will come down quite heavy, or do you still think they won't have the bottle to do what that probably really needs to be done? Because, like you said, they need to have a severe punishment, don't they? Because if you drop them for a couple of tests or a couple of series, like it's not the first time Bryden Cast has done something wrong either, is it?
Yeah,
No,
I think
but-
what it was is if he was like a player they desperately needed, it probably would be one match suspended, and then come back in number 3. But because they've got the 3 main bowlers now, it'd be the best chance for them to say, right, we're going to make an example of you. Because if they don't do it now, then I think maybe Josh Tongue or Gus Atkinson might go out next month and then kick off in Birmingham after the Edgbaston test, and then what they'll say, right, why do you do that? And then don't worry about it. The away series over Christmas, you're still going to play for us. They should say, right, we're going to put you a foot down. And it's like now Joe Root's team. It should be right. Joe is the no nonsense sort of guy. He's like, not say teetotal, but he's doing really well, and they should follow his example, because you want to be like your best player. You want to be like that, and everyone should follow his example because of how he conducts himself. And he's not just like a goody two shoes in the team. He's the best player, and they should follow his lead. Say, we've only got a short career with a bowler like Cass. His career could end in a couple of years' time with injuries because of fast bowling. So why are you wasting it? Just this is the time where you should be like wanting to play cricket, look after yourself, eating wise, and make a name for yourself. Because you're not going to be the top 10 England bowlers of all time, but you're going to try to get into the top 20. Do it now, whilst England's bowling is attack. You've got chances to get in. You'll get easy wickets here or there. So you could have a career where you've got 250 to 300 wickets. So be like that. Instead of getting drunk just for a couple of hours with Ben Stokes, you want to ruin your career. So they should, I reckon, like I said before, not 5 years, but something really strict where he has
At least
to
a year or something.
I'd definitely say, Yeah, a year's not too strict for me. I think that's exactly what, because then that's the whole year lost. Because the thing is as well, what they need to think of. So obviously,
Not a bad bowler,
we're
either.
yeah, you're expecting probably the same bowling attack to play in the test match this week, but the one in Edgbaston, Bryden Cast perhaps could have played in that because
Yeah. There'd be
Yeah.
because
two.
like rotating the bowlers, but now obviously he won't be. So he's put the whole squad at detriment really with his behaviour. So for me, I'll be saying severe, like you're banned for a whole year. But I wouldn't just say it for England. I'd say it for cricket generally.
Unfortunately, I think they brought Baker in as a replacement, didn't they, to replace Cast?
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think it's better anyway. But
Yeah, Sonny Baker's
Um,
good.
also,
but
it's just an opportunity for Baker, and if he performs, that gives selectors a headache. Well done. Say that, for example, for argument's sake, we do it. You know, we win again by another innings and X amount of runs, or it's always a good performance where we win again. And Baker's end up with a 5-4. Gone. Hold on a minute. Selectors go, well, actually, why change it?
and the thing is though, I wouldn't book like if you think we're talking about domestic cricket as well. That he's probably, I think he should be banned from. I think it should be all cricket. But the county championships not got that long left. So that's why I think. So what they're going to do is say, "Oh yeah, we'll ban you for 3 weeks." No, they should ban him for the whole of next season as well.
Is he contracted to Central or is he just?
Yeah,
I
central
think so. I
contract.
think central contract.
Because apparently Ben Stokes and Matty Potts were as well, so they could be in trouble even still.
Yeah, so that's fair enough then. I thought if he was playing for Durham, it'd be like he could say he's not earning or whatever. But
Yeah,
if
no,
he's
it's central contract. Because they were
So
saying
apparently-
they were saying even though Stokes is retired apparently from England, he could still be in trouble because him and Matthew Potts are centrally contracted as well. So
the other thing is if he's not playing if you take him out of the say he can't play for Durham for a year and he's not playing for England, then he's not going to play any cricket. So is he going to then go down the dark path of drinking more, boozing, like going out with friends, getting involved with drugs and so on? So it's like you have to think of that. Even though essentially they'll have to think of the well-being of him as well. So it could be just
yeah,
you not play for England, but you can play for Durham. But you have to sort of keep your nose in line.
yeah. And then you think he'd like another foot out of line, then they put another severe punt. They'll have to do something like you say. They need to make a stand really. So what we'll do is Ross, coming to you, we'll just preview the second test.
Yeah.
Are you expecting the same team for England?
Why not?
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any injuries. So
I'm expecting probably the same. The only change will be probably Baker for Cars.
Yeah.
But I don't see him making many changes. And I'm probably expecting maybe a similar result.
Yeah, I think because the second one's at Lords, isn't it?
Yeah, Lords, yeah. I think it's Thursday, I think it starts?
What's that?
I think it's Thursday it starts, I think.
Yeah, Thursday. So yeah, that I think that'll be good. Obviously, James, coming to you, like a bit like Ross said, we're probably expecting the same sort of team, but obviously the coin toss is probably quite important when it comes to Lords. Would you agree with that?
Yes, definitely. Laws. You got to look at the weather coming up. Obviously, just like all the standard procedures and see how it goes. Yeah, the weather's not looking too good.
I'm
but-
so used to all the sunshine, and when it starts raining, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to really look at, like I said, the weather, what it does. I expect the same team to come out, and I think, like you said, to be the same sort of winning, really.
Cool. Thank you, mate. And Tariq, obviously talking about Pakistan, is there expected to be changes there? I'm assuming Babar Azam, he's got to be all right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's declared himself fit to play for
Well,
this
that's
match.
nice of him.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to go up to Leeds. It's too bad up Leeds. So he's like, I want to play at Lords.
In London, yeah.
I was so annoyed because it'd be good for him because he could have gone Bradford and he could have had some nice food up there. But no, But no, he'll come back in. He'll take over captaincy, which I think, to be honest, no one else wants the captaincy, so it'll be like they'll be happy that he's back in. They need to. I don't know what they'll do. They'll probably just bring him in, know the changes. I would sort of say play 3 spinners. Play him, the spinner, the left arm spinner who played the last game. Get
That's the
Sajid,
one,
Sajid Khan in. He's quality. He's a maverick. Get him in, and they've probably got someone else because the bowling is going to be. I think 2 of them are decent. I think that Muhammad Ali guy, he's shocking. He sprays it everywhere.
I thought he was a boxer, mate.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I'm fucking-
But no, I think he'll stick with the 2 bowlers. I think with the slope as well for Lords, that is going to be that's going to be a pitch where Abbas might actually do well because of the going down the slope. He'll actually get the edge, the swing, get a couple of edges, and probably a nip backer here or there. So it'd be good for him. But I'm sort of hoping we get at least 3 to 4 days of rain, so we don't actually lose 3-0 in this Test series. So I'm happy with a 2-0 defeat, not a 3-0. No,
I think I
Should-
predicted 2-1, I think.
should be a good game. It should be a good game, but I think for my expectations, I'm thinking we're going to get battered. But I would take just not losing by an innings. I'm sort of being a bit more optimistic than I was for the first Test.
Yeah.
So you never know, but we'll see with the toss. It'll probably be same as the first Test when they're 2 wickets down in the first 5 minutes, and you'd be like, right, why the hell is this match still happening? Turn it all off.
I get what I do agree with the slope because I remember watching Mohammed Amir bowled when he was like the pace and the wickets he took were there, and even when because he plays in the county championship now, do you know what I mean? So I think that slope's going to be really important. So we'll go around quickly and get your predictions. So Ross, obviously, who do you think is going to win, and what do you think that whoever's going to win is going to win by?
England by 5 wickets.
Nice. Who do you think the top scorer will be?
Oh, what's it? Root. Another ton.
Cool. And then James.
I think we're going to win by 7 wickets.
Just like us on Sunday.
Yes.
Who do you think the top scorer will be?
I will go for Cox.
Cool. Tariq.
England to win by 10 wickets. It'd be.
Another innings then, mate.
I think what we'll do is England will bat first, get a score. We'll just not avoid the follow on. They'll make us bat again, and we'll just get 1 run above what England's target is. They'll come out and they'll say to what's he called?
Josh Chad.
Yeah, or Archer. Just come out and just swing and first ball, 4 runs, they've won the match. No, I think to be honest, I'm expecting it to be a close one. I think England will win it by about 100 runs in like that, where we'll probably bat last and we'll struggle on day 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I think with the rain as well, it probably will get to day 4 minimum. So yeah, win by 10. I think maybe I can see this being the sort of game that Ben Duckett will be really good at.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
80, 90, I think, in this one. Especially with quick storage.
Yeah, I think England will win. I'm going to go for 84. I think they'll win by 84. I think the top. I was torn between Duckett or probably where I've slagged him off now. Probably be Jamie Smith, but
no chance.
I'm actually going to go for Harry Brook. I think we might see a swashbuckling in from Harry Brook. But yeah, obviously, thank you guys. That's been the first cricket show off the bat. It's been really, really fun, really, really good. Just want to say thank you to everyone in the comments. Brooksy, I see you there at the end, so thank you, mate. He said Bryden Cast is a moron. That's quite polite for Brooklyn. So
Yeah, agree. That is polite for Brooklyn.
yeah,
Hey,
no,
it's 9 o'clock, mate. That's why.
yeah. But yeah, no, really appreciate it. Obviously, everyone who's been watching, please hit that subscribe button and share it as well. We'll be back next week, obviously reviewing the second test, and then we've got loads of great content coming up. We're going to have some content hopefully from Edgbaston, because we'll go into that now. So I'm looking forward to that. And then there'll be some other stuff we're going to be covering throughout the next year. We're going to cover the county championship. Everything's going to be covered. And there'll also be some stuff going into VI cricket, and hopefully we can get a show with Tariq talking about umpiring, if that's right with you, mate.
Yeah, I can tell you all about the abuse we get and how every decision's wrong. And
Didn't you damage your iPhone in that?
yeah, stupidly, you don't carry your phone in your front pocket. The guy went to, I gave LBW, but then the guy didn't. One of the fielders got the ball through at the stumps, missed the stumps, hit me on my thigh, and all I could hear was a crack, and I was like, oh my god, the phone is smashed. So, and I only bought that about 8 months before, so still had to pay the contracts off, and then to get a new phone because it's not covered on the insurance. So never carry your phone or anything with you. It's always in the back pocket now.
Mm. So yeah, so there's some of the stories we'll have. We'll have some VI cricket stories as well from some of the Surrey players that we play with, and even other players that play for England and do scoring. So it's going to be quite exciting. Just want to say thank you to my guest James. Thanks for coming on, mate. Done brilliant today.
Thank you, mate, for the opportunity. It's been great.
I told you to smash it, mate. There's nothing to be nervous about. If my brother Austin can do podcasts, then you've got no worry.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. And then obviously Ross, brilliant as well. Great first debut. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you, pal. Thanks for the opportunity.
No problem. And then Tariq, brilliant as always. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, mate. I enjoyed that. Hopefully for the next one we do, I'll actually be smiling because we'll have actually not lost by an innings and whatever.
Because you won't, mate.
But yeah.
I bet you won't.
And then obviously I just want to say thanks to Laura for producing the show and everything that she does as well.
You're very welcome, mate. Anything for you.
Great, thank you. And yeah, just thank you to everyone in the chat. Really appreciate it. So all that's left to say is have a great rest of the week and come on England. Good night.
Ooh.
Thank you.